Ladies and lords, it is fortunate that the timing of the social season coincides with Sir Waltron's ceremony. It is a tradition from his homeland, but one for which we may adopt ourselves. My daughter, Princess Nayla, shall be marrying Sir Waltron. You are all invited to witness this ceremony in 2 days' time. A banquet will be held after the ceremony is concluded. You shall receive written invitations by midday tomorrow. Please enjoy the rest of your evenings. The queen sat once more, and the gathered nobles began to disperse. As soon as propriety allowed, my wives and I excused ourselves, followed by Nguyen, who clung to my arm the way girls back home would cling to their sisters. Gave me the creeps. My spine shivered in response to the mental stimulation. Nayla led us to her chambers, where Gabby and Missa were waiting. Gabby's sudden lunge for a hug startled Nedwin enough for him to let go. "Goodness," he cried. "I missed you. It's so uncomfortable here. Even the clothes are itchy." Missa was more subdued, but she too came for some comfort. "Father, welcome back." She greeted quietly, but very emotional. I hugged Gabby and stroked Missa's head. "Not exactly a home, is it? No matter how beautiful it may be, it doubles as a sort of prison. Instead of bars, it is duty and honor. Bars can be rusted and broken free, but duty and honor, either it lasts or you fail to keep your humanity." "What's humanity?" asked Missa. "The part of yourself that makes you a feeling person. If you lose that, you may as well be a monster. Only you'd be more dangerous because everyone would see a person instead. It's the one good thing about a monster. You know that's what they are." "Brother, who are these girls?" asked Nedwin. "Well, Uncle Nedwin, these are your nieces, Gabby and Missa." I pointed to each girl in turn. And I really like that, Sean, the description. Like, James is such a fucking manly man, like, fucking father figure, like, badass dude. It's like, he's just like, yeah, sometimes you gotta worry about stuff, and then sometimes you can put it in the background, but there are some things that make you who you are. And it's like, it's dumbed down to like a child's understanding, which, Sean, is very clear that like you have kids and you're a parent. Because this is only something you can really pull off if you have the experience of it, right? And it's funny, because I literally see like my brother-in-law in James. Because my brother-in-law is like too fucking perfect. He's like a 10 out of 10, gorgeous looking, fucking epic beard, beautiful hairline, fucking gorgeous blue eyes, fucking built as shit. He's a fucking mechanic. He's successful. He's got fucking kids. It's like, oh my god. He's the everything. He's great at talking to people. Like, he's so nice. And it's not in a creepy way where you're like, he's too nice. You know? It's, I don't know. My sister got so fucking lucky. But I totally see that. Because it's like, sometimes people are like, there's no one that's like Jesus like that. No, man, my brother-in-law is like that. It's crazy. Especially when you look at like what my niece and my nephew are. They're fucking crazy. Because I was. And so was my sister. I told my sister, I was like, "Remember you when you were 12? And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, and she was like, "Oh, fuck." And I was like, "Remember me when I was 8? And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, and she was like, "Oh, fuck." And I was like, "Yeah, we were both there." Look at my mom and my dad, and I'm like, and they're like, "Yeah, exactly." And then we're like, "You guys were like that?" And they're like, "No, our parents hit us." So bad, but it's so true. Oh my god. But yeah, so like, the way that James talks is just like peak. And like explaining to someone something like that, especially when it's like, I tell parents that kids outdo their parents in every way. Whatever you did good, they will do better. Whatever you did bad, they will do worse. Exactly, and it just gets more and more extreme. You gotta find those potent ways, right? Like, for instance, during my parents' wedding video. Okay, so my dad's mom died of cancer when he was 17, and then his dad remarried and had kids with the new wife. So he has a brother and a sister who are 20 years younger than him. So during my parents' wedding, my dad was like 27 and his sister was like 4 or 5, and on camera, well, no one was noticing while they were going around the wedding. If you watch the tape, there's a tiny mini story going on in the background, and it's my dad's little sister going around setting like fires inside of garbage cans when she's like 4 at this wedding. And it's just like no one really noticed it, and then it was like there was like a bunch of fires and shit, like what the fuck's going on, and everyone, you know, everyone's like, oh, I have no idea what's going on, and then like, you know, years later we're watching the tape and we're like, oh my god, that sneaky little shit. But it's like you never fucking know with kids, right? They're mischievous little people. Wow, Uncle Nedwin. These are our nieces, Gabby and Missa. I pointed at each girl in turn. Nieces? What's up? What's up? Oh my god, this destroyed my throat. It was too much. Wrote more talks? Hell yeah, Callie. What's up? I am super glad, Callie. Hell yeah. So you're gonna post chapter 17 then, Callie? The full? Did you happen to do also chapter 18? You never know. Nieces, his face is quite surprised and somewhat flushed. I thought you hadn't bred anyone before my sister and your other wives. Marta laughed. Now, who told you that? It's true that I hadn't bred anyone in this world aside from them, but how did you come to the conclusion that I never had prior? I never had prior. Okay. I'm bad at sentence structure. Well, how did you come to the conclusion that I never had prior to coming to this world? I hate the word had because it's like the inference on the A can change how the word is. I never had prior to coming to this world. It's not that I never had prior, it's that I never had prior. I fucking hate English. Missa and Nedwin both looked at me in shock. Mind you, that has nothing to do with either Gabby or Missa, as they are adopted, which is why they are a refreshing bit of freedom from court politics. You can love them as nieces without worrying about your manners in their presence. Just let loose and be yourself. What exactly do you mean by coming to this world? Nedwin. Nedwin needed the D! Nedwin finally managed to ask. I could tell his heart rate had skyrocketed. I mean, exactly that. Having just managed to buy my dream home, suspended in the trees, I went to sleep for the first time in that home. Sometime after midnight, I was woken by a security alarm to discover Marta crumpled against one of my trees in pain. Only when I finished tending to her injuries did I realize she had ears and a tail, which in my world wouldn't belong on a person, so clearly through some as yet unknown means, my treehouse was brought to this world with me and my belongings in it. My people don't even have magic, and as far as anyone knows, nobody was attempting to summon others from other realms. Yet, here I am. So that's why you look so weird. A pair of ears twitched and a tail lashed. Missa, that was rude, Marta said in an amused yet serious gasp. What's rude? I asked. It's just a statement of truth. From your perspective, I'm weird looking. To be frank, I'm an alien creature. Now, we're not spreading this news around. It could cause needless panic. Even knowing other worlds exist could be enough for some. But the fact that you can be randomly pulled into one, that's downright terrifying. It's not like we're going to find evidence of people being world hopped around the next bend. There are billions of people in my origin world, and yet to my knowledge, I'm the only one to ever get transmigrated. Father is amazing, cried Gabby. Come now, I'm not your father, I'm your dad. There's a big difference. I didn't start either of you inside your mother's. Huh? Doesn't dad mean father? Missa questioned. No, sweetheart. Dad is a special term given to any older man, any man older than you. It represents a guiding light in your life, and who will always have your back. Just like mom is the same thing for women. Father is the man who sired you, even if you never find out who that man is, or meet him. It's still true if you find out he's a vicious criminal. Mother is the woman who birthed you, even if you had never met her, or likewise if she were a vicious criminal. Those terms are absolute. Gabby had giggled at the thought of a man being a vicious criminal. Missa looked thoughtful. So, does that mean that it's really okay for me to call your wives mom? All 5 of my wives, in a flash of emotion, but attempted to keep it contained. Had a flash of emotion, but attempted to keep it contained. Of course it is. Your mother will be happy looking down from heaven. I was gonna say, aren't her parents dead? Like, specifically Gabby's parents? So, I like that you added that little tidbit there. Just to confirm, right? Your mother is happy looking down from heaven, seeing that you have 5 new moms, and soon to be 6 plus, something that few children in this world have, a loving dad. You have 1,000,000 moms or dads if you're lucky. With that, the last wall Missa had around her heart crumbled, and she hugged Gabby and me tightly. Is it really okay for them to hug you like that? Nedwin asked. Yes, brother, and as their uncle, I expect you to hug them too, when it seems appropriate. Such as right now, it's totally appropriate for an uncle to welcome his nieces with a hug. My gaze intensified on him, and awkwardly, he did take each girl in for an embrace. His face was blushing intensely. If you'll all excuse me, I think it's time for my bath. Brother, would you care to join me? He looked almost pleading at me. I shook my head. I prefer to either bathe alone or with my wives, or my children, when they're too young to bathe themselves. Where I come from, men rarely spend any time with each other without proper clothes on. Shall see you tomorrow, brother. Excused himself, then, and left for his own chambers. It's quite fortunate that the bath here is large enough for all of us, including the girls. I know you might feel a little uncomfortable with them in the bath, but it's either that or someone gets a cold bath, Nayland commented. I inhaled deeply and let it out slowly. I think I can manage, but can the girls handle seeing a man's bare chest? It was quite the distraction for Gabby the one time she saw it. Gabby flushed brightly and swatted at my shoulder in playful irritation. That was only because I was caught off guard. I'm sure I can handle it now I know what to expect. She pouted slightly. The bath was, in a word, awkward. Trying to keep my eyes off of my daughters, and yet seeing my wives in every other direction, and attempting mightily to prevent myself from becoming aroused. I'm fairly certain that both Gabby and Missa got a minor nosebleed. I didn't think the water was that hot, but they were both country girls, so maybe it was. Gabby and Missa had elected to sleep together with the chambermaid, which pleased the young woman to no end. She had been quite lonely since Nayla had gone on her excursion all those months ago. Having two common-born girls to chat with while waiting to fall asleep was a very welcoming change. Perhaps if her family lives in the capital, she can be free to visit them, providing she returns prior to your own arrival. A runner can inform her as soon as it's known you're returning. It would take us a whole week or more to arrive after all. I wish that were her future, but alas, she has to come with us now. She's not exactly a slave, but she is bound to me more permanently than a simple employee. So, now that I shall be living in Mother Vanessa's Viscounty, she'll be coming with us. It would please me greatly if you'd consider adding her to our marriage. She's a good girl and she deserves children, and I'm sure you'd enjoy pampering them. I thought about the dog-eared girl, and I had to admit, aside from how young she seemed, I wasn't exactly upset at the notion. Nice. Hell yeah, Sean. Building up, let's go! We're getting her done.